It's hot in the sun. Welcome to Stacey and all the things. Have just been thinking about some things that maybe that we could talk about. One of them, I got diagnosed with breast cancer with mets to the bone. I'm doing great, by the way. I retired from TSA. I don't work at the airport anymore. Makes me sad. Today, I got my retirement badge. So that made me happy. I'm going to get my shadow box going. I've got all my stuff collected, all my coins and a few patches that they let us cut and, keep part of the patch. Feels like a great accomplishment. I've only been off a few months. Seems really strange. When I first got retirement, I wasn't very strong. I'd had a surgery. I had a broken back. My L4 had collapsed. And I'm slowly getting stronger. Did the kyphoplasty. They said that it would make it so that I would be able to walk better. And it has helped. I do have days that I have to use my walker. And it's so nice to be home. So nice to be around my grandbabies. And Michael and I are doing things together. It is a transition. You know how that goes with married couples. Things about me and this diagnosis. I'm not going to let it stop me. And I'm not going to pander to it. I believe with all my heart that bodies were created to heal. And if you get stuck in the fear, you'll be dead. I had one doctor say that I'd be dead in 3 to 6 months if I didn't do exactly what he told me to do. And then I have another doctor that said, oh, you'll get 18 months if you do what we tell you to do. I went to Mexico for 3 weeks and started detoxing my body. I had started before that. I had started actually in November of 25. Drinking lots of green shakes, trying to stay away from dairy and stay away from a lot of meat and just letting my body detox. I was taking herb supplements, doing lots of prayer, lots of repentance, things that you do when you feel like, you might be coming to the end of life. I went to Mexico to ITC, Immunity Therapy Center. They immediately started me on all types of IVs. I could list off a whole bunch of stuff and stuff I don't even know what they were giving me. I was just like, bring it on, bring it on. For a solid week, every day they would stick me, get an IV going, and then they'd run everything through that one IV. And then after the first week, the nurses were like, please get a port. So I was scared to do it because it's up higher and you keep it in overnight, and I was afraid that it was going to hurt. I was afraid that it would be like bothersome to me, and I don't like to be bugged very much if anybody knows me. But I decided to go ahead and do that, and it was the best thing I could have done. The first couple of days were really hard, and then it started to level out, and then every time an IV came, I wasn't like, oh, no, now I got to have some more vitamin C through this, through this arm, or my hydrogen peroxide, or my B17, my DMSO, whatever it is they were giving me. It went into the port, and I didn't even feel it. They just hooked it up, and then we were good to go. So I'm glad that I did that. I may be going back for another week, and I'm detoxing at home. I'm taking herbs. I'm taking SEACT, genuine SEACT. I learned a lot about that, and maybe I'll do a video on that. That's something somebody might like to know about. I have heard people have had success, that their bones are healing, that their body's healing. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I feel good. I feel strong. I'm getting stronger. I'm walking better. We went to the ballpark last night, and I didn't take a walker. I walked slow. And even slower because I was all stiff from sitting on those bleachers back to the car. But I'm doing it, and I'm getting to see my grandbabies play sports, and we're having a wonderful time in the yard. And you know how it goes. When you have these beautiful, beautiful family around you. I'm taking the shaga mushroom tincture. I love that stuff. It's amazing. Trying to think of other things. I try to stay away from dairy unless it's raw. Something I've been doing with my green shakes. I've been going around the yard and picking herbs. Like I'll grab one stalk of rhubarb and then a sprig of mint. And then I add that to all the other stuff that I'm taking. And I'm adding in my moringa powder. Something else I want to talk to you about, speaking of moringa powder, I listened to the book, the Biblio Diet, on my Audible. Not sponsored, by the way. But at the end of this story, amazing, lots of good information and very uplifting. But the one thing that I did not know, and I don't know if you know this either, you know how in the scriptures in Ezekiel it talks about how the fruit on the tree will be your meat and the leaves will be your medicine. Well, I got thinking about that, and so I started Googling and I started looking up the herbal properties and nutrients in the tree leaves. And these are the trees that produce fruit: apricots, pears, peaches, apples, grapes, currant bushes. There's a ton more. There's figs, moringa, all the fruits, cherries. I started looking up all the herbal properties, and they have tons of nutrients, healing properties right in the tree leaves. I'm doing prayer. I'm going to the temple. It's absolutely changed my life since I got home. It's an amazing process. Things I'm eating, lots of vegetables. I'm doing lots of green shakes. I make my own almond coconut milk, and it's absolutely delicious. I love it. I love it on my oatmeal. I'm eating lots of berries, strawberries, blueberries. I do eat organic oatmeal. Trying to think of what else. Lots of vegetables, sweet potatoes. I do potatoes. Fasting. Fasting is something that I was doing in Oklahoma. I want to tell you a story. I know I've been going on for a while. Talk. So I wanted to fast. I knew I needed to fast. I knew that was something that I needed to do if I wanted to heal. It says right in the scriptures, prayer and fasting. We know that when you fast, your body starts detoxing and healing. So I was on the phone with somebody and I was complaining. I'm like, I know I need to fast, but I am terrified to do it. I've always been afraid to fast. I'm not sure why. It's probably something from an ancestor way back in, in my line. As I'm complaining on the phone, I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I said, I need to fast, but I'm just afraid to do it. And I was walking from my bedroom to the living room. By the time I had made that, it was probably 30 feet walk. The fear was gone. The fear was gone. And so I said to this person, okay, I guess I'm fasting because I'm not afraid to fast anymore. My fear is gone. So the first thing I did was a 3-day fast. And I drank water, and then I would also drink apple cider vinegar with salt and water in the mornings. And I would also drink green tea, because green tea has been found to inhibit cancer cells from being able to be successful. So those are the three things that I drank. I drank apple cider vinegar with salt and water in the morning, and that was the only time I drank it. And then I drank water all day long. And green tea, I would drink it in the morning, you know, probably like 10 or 11 o'clock. And I fasted for 3 days on my very first fast. I was so proud of myself. And then I'm guessing it was probably like about 7 or 8 days later, I felt like I needed to do another fast. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try for 4 days. Because I did 3 days and I did good. So I'm going to try for 4 days. I successfully completed a 4-day fast. So I would spend time sitting in my little chair, and I would open up my Bible and my Book of Mormon, and I would read. And a lot of times, not a lot of times, every single time, I would open up my scriptures. Sometimes I'd thumb through, and I would open up my scriptures and I would start reading. And there would be the answer to my question that I was having at that time. God blessed me so much in those times when I was fasting. I did another fast, and this time I fasted 8 days. And I tell you this because, not to brag, but they have found when you fast for a longer period of time, your body, once it gets to where there's nothing else left in the blood, there's no more sugar in the blood, there's no more nutrients that the body can find, then it starts attacking the cancer. And that was my goal. And I'm feeling the desire, and this is the reason I bring up fasting. I'm feeling that desire again to do another fast. So please, will you pray for me as I'm going to try for 10 days. Seems like a long time. I'm going to have my family here, my grandbabies, and I love to cook for them and make them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hang out with them, and we're always eating and having fun. But this is something that's really important that I feel like I need to do. So today we're going to plant, let me show you. My cucumbers. These cucumbers are Armenian cucumbers. They're the ones that have the lighter skin with the ribs, and they kind of get a cool shape. I have been growing these from this strawberry packet from seed, and I'm going to go ahead and transplant them in their location where they're going to live. I think what I'll do, since there's so many in like one spot, I'll just cut it up into sections, and then I'll just maybe clip 1 or 2 of the plants so that the nice pretty ones will have a start and be able to take off. Now you got to show you my cute little table. See, look, isn't this the cutest? Made them out of pallets. I put all my little tools up here where I can use them, so I can find them. Just gonna dig all my dirt up and get it all soft. My kids filled this up for me. We got a pile of dirt that we bought. And of course, the morning glories, they just never go away. See this little plant right here? It started coming up. We don't know what it is. I'm not sure. I hate to pull it out if it's something that we want. I don't know. So Michael's gonna try to get his app going. He's got to repurchase his app. This app. And then we'll be able to see if we want to keep it or if we want to get rid of it. So one of the things that I realized with having this cancer diagnosis was that every time I went to the doctor, I got more depressed. Like, it was like they would cast a spell on me, black magic. I'm feeling good, my body feels good, and then I would go to the doctor and I would just come home and I would just be in a depression. And I hate that feeling. I hate feeling down. And it's not like I'm trying to be like a Pollyanna type personality. I'm not. I just know if you feel good and your body, if you're detoxing and if you feel good, you know, why not run with it? Run with it. You know, get as much out of it as you can. That's what I'm doing. So I need Michael to move this for me. Babe, can you come move this for me?
What?
Can you move this? Can you move this cage for me? Thank you. You can just set it aside because we're going to put it back on here in a minute. Woohoo! Thank you, babe.
Okay.
Another thing I've been thinking about is affirmations. And you know how, you know, people think that you can just say something a million times and it's just gonna happen, it's just gonna be. And the thing is if you believe it, yeah, it's gonna be. But if you don't believe it, no, it's not gonna happen. Because of the gatekeeper. And I read another book by Susan Noall called The Energy Within. I'm gonna link that. Again, it is in Amazon, but I'm going to link the book. Absolutely amazing. So much knowledge in this book, and it reminded me about the gatekeeper and how, you know, you can tell yourself a million times, but if you truly inside you don't believe it, then it's not going to happen.
Hey, Stacey.
We got his app going. And that is a honey locust tree. And it's toxic and it gets thorns, but he wants to keep it. So what do you think we should do with it? Maybe we could gang up on him. Comment whether or not we should leave it. I don't want it growing right there. We got to move it. I'm surprised. Where'd you get those seeds from?
I don't remember. I think we got them from your mom.
Are you sure?
She grew some loofah. That needs attention. Well, it probably does. I watered it already, so it's fine. My ring is coming up, huh?
Yep, 2 of them. You carry that over here for me. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to plant our cucumbers. Woohoo! I'm ready. I've been waiting for weeks.
What do you want me to do with it?
Just set it right there on the edge. I'm going to use it. I'm going to water them in.
Okay, so I've got a honey locust bud. Cool. Nice.
All right.
Nice. Hey, we should plant a couple loofahs on the ends here.
But they won't make it.
Well, it'd still be fun to see. They might. You never know.
Yeah. True.
Might just frickin' surprise you.
It takes, I don't know how many days it is. If I planted the loofahs in here, babe, they would take over.
No, they won't. You can trim them too. Just get one trim the vines in there.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see, we got a good spot here, a good spot here, and then I've got this spot here, which has a ton. I should have spread them out over on this side over here. So I've got, do you really want to put a loofah in?
Yeah.
Can you just do it on one side?
You just do it on one side.
Okay. Sounds good.
Find some bush and do the other.
All right. Okay, so we're going to save one hole for Michael's loofah plant. And let's see. I think I'm afraid to cut into that with that dull thing. I'm afraid it's going to hurt it. All right, let me get a scissors. See, I got to use my planting table. Get my scissors right there. Oh, my back. I can't lean over like that. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do that right there.
That other app, I'm just going to let it last.
Yeah?
Because it always says, no, always check with an expert. Tell me what it is. Check with an expert.
Look at that. My little cucumbers. Okay. I think it's I'm trying not to disrupt the roots too much. So you know what I'm going to do? I have all these cucumbers in here, and I'm going to snip some of them out. I'm going to let them go for a couple of days and see which one does the best, and then we will cut some little heads off. There's going to be so many cucumbers. People will see me coming with my little bags of cucumbers. This cute little thing. There's two just in that one little space. Should I just try to tear it? All right, we'll try that. All right, yay. Okay, here's the next hole. You know, this is my first time planting seeds in a pot and then putting them in the ground. I mean, I've done a little bit when I was a kid, but this is my first time doing this. So I know I'm not doing it traditional way like everybody else does it, and I don't really care.
It don't matter. You do it the way you do it.
Yeah, I can do it however I want.
Okay.
Okay. Cucumbers, 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 cucumbers. Honey locust tree. And Michael wants to put a loofah right there. But I have more cucumbers. What should I do with them?
Well, loofahs are edible. Right here?
Yep, that's the spot. All right, I gotta water them in.
Okay.
Sitting here thinking about my journey and all of the people that are praying for me and all of the people that are helping me. People have given me money so that I could afford like my travel to go to Mexico. My sister has continually purchased items that she's seen online that help in detoxing and healing. And there's just so many people on my side. How can I fail? I'm not gonna fail. So basically, you guys are like the ones that I talk to on our Diamond Mountain homestead. I don't like to talk about cancer and things like that on that channel. But this channel, this is where my friends are. So is it scary? It was at first, but it's not now. I mean, we all gotta die. We all gotta kick the bucket, but you know, I think we all have choice too. I believe we have choice. And my Heavenly Father knows what I want and what I'm working towards and my goals. And I know the promises that He has made to me. So thanks for coming along with me this afternoon so I could plant my cucumbers. I've been waiting for weeks to do that. And I just thought that I needed to talk to somebody. So that somebody was you. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time here on Stacey and All the Things.